Hello, everybody. This is John Blanca with the Nintendo Dads Review Squad, also the host of the PlayStation Daily Plus podcast. We have a special one for you today. Did not wake up this morning thinking that I would be doing a first look of one of my favorite games of all time. I have actually waited years for this to come to Switch. And after waiting years, it is shadow dropped today, November 18th. 2025 to the Switch 2. Now, this game is also available on Switch 1. Oh, of course, I'm talking about Tomb Raider Definitive Edition. This is released for Switch 1 and Switch 2. I will be doing the first look on a Switch 2 to get it started here. And it is published by Aspyr. And this is just one of the great games of all time, like I said. The entire trilogy, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. As you can see, we got some weird effects going on there. You picking that up, or is that me? This was a reboot of the Tomb Raider series back in 2013. The definitive edition came a year or two later for, again, kind of the more modern consoles. And let me tell you something. This game is freaking amazing. I've played it through a few times. So I have a really good idea of what I'm looking for here. I've played it on PlayStation. I've played it on Xbox. I can finally play it on a Nintendo console. If you've never played Tomb Raider before, and I had never played Tomb Raider before I played this game, you don't need to go back and play any of them. This is just, you can just play this one. And for a long time, this is all I played. I am telling you that this screen right here looks really dandy. I'm really curious to see the display options, though. Look here, gameplay. I don't see any visual options. Did I miss it? That's interesting. So there are no visual options aside from kind of gamma and stuff like that. HUD adjustment, languages, subtitles. All right, so audio is the same way, and gameplay. Huh? All right. Well, we don't have the usual options about how to display. I'm really curious to see what the performance is going to be on this game. I have seen situations. I remember when I went to go play it on, I think it was the Xbox, where it was not performing at the right frame rate, and I'm telling you, you want it to be silky smooth for a game like this.
Explorer once said,
And then they kind of fixed it with FPS
the
boost. But
extraordinary is in what we do, not who we are.
I love the
I
shot right here.
finally set out to make my mark, to find adventure,
Iconic.
but instead, adventure found.
So yeah, this is a total reboot of the series. It definitely plays like a modern game, even though this one is 12 years old. It still plays like a modern game. It doesn't play like the old Tomb Raiders. And this trilogy right here is followed up by Rise of the Tomb Raider, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. And it's just kind of a reboot of her story. This first game is going to focus on Lara Croft and how she sort of becomes the Tomb Raider.
When life
What you will notice throughout this game, and certainly you're not going to see it on this first look, but hopefully you buy it and play it, is that they de-accentuate the tombs. There is a sort of like, you know, kind of Tomb Raider-ish style mystery going on. Run, you gotta run, Lara.
Thing that pushes us.
There is a mystery. This one is so weird. He like tells her to like run. What about the person that helped her? Like everything about this game feels Tomb Raider, but at the same time, the tombs are optional. So it's hard to explain, but there's a bunch of tombs that you have to sort of kind of discover and find. They're kind of hidden. You get little hints along the way when they're close, and make sure you do everything, like everything. Someone. So now Laura's gonna kind of free herself. I look at it and go, there are points in this game where it doesn't look the best, but this game, compared to the second game, Rise, doesn't look the best. There is a huge technical jump between the two. However, so far all the graphics and everything have been pretty smooth. And I really do hope they... this part right here. It's like, hey guys, come over here. And not for long. My basic memory is looking at this going, it doesn't look quite as good as I've seen this before. I've played it on PS4. I've played a tiny bit on PS5. I've played it on an Xbox One X. I've played it on an Xbox Series X. But at the same time, older games, you tend to always, in your head, you remember them better. But I've played this game 3 times, and I love it. It's so good. This is kind of the iconic start to the game. It's amazing how much better her face looks in the second and third ones. I mean, it looked great here, but obviously a little aged. So we're in this sort of little cocoon thing, and we're gonna have to rock around.
Help! Jonah! Brian! Help!
You can see that she doesn't. I am controlling you. No panic. Skeleton drop. Fire spreading. Over to it. It's funny too that they have de-accentuated the Tomb Raider sort of mantra, especially some of the older games too. You do see that they're kind of rebranding as Lara Croft because, you know, the original games were her just about tombs. Oh, it's hard to watch. And now you get to pull it out. But they are trying to like kind of rebrand her as like, yes, Lara Croft. I mean, like her name has always been Lara Croft, but it's not always about tombs. I don't really like, I don't know, Tomb Raider, unless you're gonna make like a Lara Croft puzzle game or something. I feel like she's always gonna be associated with this sort of environment. So,
What happened to you?
Don't be ashamed of the Tomb Raider. One of the things that made me really love this game is just like the HUD stuff going on. I think I was supposed to grab something. The HUD stuff that is kind of going on. It really leads you through. It's not like an open world game or anything. Oh yeah, that torch. That's right. It's not really an open world game. It is mostly linear, but you'll get into some areas where you can kind of like go around and like discover some things. But this was one of the first games I played where like a really sort of modern, over-the-shoulder game where it's just like stunning, you know, pieces. I have to go through the water. Pieces, yeah. This sort of like sideways is one of the early examples of like the sideway movement. All right, gotta keep lighting our torch. Okay, yeah, I remember this one now. Like, blow that thing up. So press L to examine the environment. Okay, so that's the button they're going to use. So when you press L, you'll see this, like, X-ray vision. Not X-ray vision, but it highlights the things that are interactable. So we can see on the right side is the torch. And then you can see the bucket and then the drapes up there. It's one of those games where you kind of run around and you're constantly pressing the button. I think on the other systems you had to press in on the stick, so having it be L is kind of nice. I might be remembering. Hard to remember the exact button, but I know there's games where you like press in on the stick, and honestly, I've never liked the feeling of pressing in on the stick. You know, I hit a menu button. I think I hit.
Oh, that was close. Oh shit, that was close. Just keep moving.
Yeah, I'm coming back. I mean, the game animates great. I can't wait to sort of see this on handheld. It's one of the reasons why, even after I played this game, I always wanted it to come to Switch, because I just wanted to play it handheld and just relax. I just love it so much. So it is performing pretty smooth. This is docked. You have to release all of this. Funny, I've been in this room so many times. This was the room that made me like really fall in love with the game the first time I played it. I was like, oh wow, because you'll see it's kind of like a puzzle room.
What contraption is this?
And it took me longer to do it the first time, even though I sort of probably forget it. It's just beautifully done, clever, and I just really kind of fell in love with the game. Right here. And look at look great HUD going on here, telling you to push things. And remember, this is 2013 when this game came out. So yeah, there's definitely some things. Okay, so I need to get something in there. A lot of games have sort of copied this sort of style, but man.
All this stuff's washing in with the tide.
Something else. Certainly a very big fire in the water. I gotta jump. Raise it down. There it goes up. It goes in. When the action gets fast, like that explosion, frame rate definitely dips down just a little bit. I don't know if that's something that was in the original game and I'm not remembering, but it's pretty like every now and again. But honestly, it. Now, there's these sequences where you really do have to watch that Laura doesn't get like impaled on things. This one probably won't be as dangerous. But later on, there's definitely some... Oh! I don't think I hit the jump button right. Okay, that is the jump. Jump. Nope. Nope. Still no. Still no. And like obviously loading and stuff is pretty fast after you die. But maybe not Meat Boy fast. But pretty fast. They got to put all the boulders in place. They got to put all the boulders in place. Those things are heavy. Like, where's that guy come from? Oh, we hit the wrong button. Oh no! I was playing PlayStation before this, and I saw X on the screen, and in that moment, I was like, "Where's X?" I had no chance.
Help you!
Okay, X again. We're using the triggers. I'm really tempted to try this out on PS5 afterwards. It definitely, like, as I look at some of these, like, scenes, especially, see little effects on the water, and I'm not trying to be picky about the water, I'm just trying to get a sense of, like, you know, the performance of the game and squeezing it onto a Switch. Because, I mean, it's 12 years after this game came out. A Switch 2 should be able to play this as perfectly as it always was on PS4. And it is weird. I mean, you know, is the Switch 2 as powerful as a PS4? I feel like it should be. I've definitely seen, we saw some of the graphical effects, or at least I did. I'm not sure if you did. I think you did too. On the menu screen, I haven't seen many graphical glitches or anything yet now. I feel like I just saw some weird shadows, but that stuff doesn't really affect me. There it is. There's the title. Little XP. When you level up, you're going to be kind of improving your skills. This is very much kind of an action, you know, adventure game. And yeah, you're going to go through, you're going to like look for secrets, you're going to find things that are going to improve your skills, you'll get better at. I love the archery angle of this game. Just like headshotting people is so much fun. Keeps everybody quiet. I love the accuracy. But overall, I mean, this is the game that I've always loved. And I think it performs really well on a Switch 2. Now, this is docked. I will give you a little bit of kind of advice on the handheld. I'm really curious to see how it performs on handheld. Because that's the way I really want to play it as we balance across this tree. This game never really... Like, you actually have to move your controller. This game never really lets up. There's just always something fun and new they're kind of throwing at you. And it's pretty great. I'm really not sure how I'm supposed to be this one. Lots of great characters in this game, and good adventure. And it's not a long game. It's not like a forever game. You can play it for a lot more hours, finding there's these little tiny secret things that you really don't need, but like if you're trying to 100%, they can be fun to look for. Generally, I will use a guide to find kind of the last of those things, but I tend to explore as I play. I'm not doing that as much right now. I don't know if there's anything actually to explore right here, because I don't think you can ever come back here again. But, you know, the collectibles, finding all those tombs and solving the tombs, they're really great. And then, like, every time... I forgot about this plane. Every time you find a tomb, you definitely want to do it because you'll get a whole skill point if you do it, and that's really valuable. Just great set pieces. And these games came, you know, following Uncharted, and I've always said, and I think it's really funny, that Uncharted sort of stole from Indiana Jones and Tomb Raider, and then Tomb Raider stole from Uncharted. And I, you know, to me, I like the Tomb Raider games more than the Uncharted games. Not to say I don't like the Uncharted games. I love the Uncharted games. But I'm definitely more excited about the Tomb Raider games because I just like Lara Croft as a character better. And yeah, like Tomb Raider came along and said, oh yeah, we're going to steal some back from you. And it's like, it's great for everybody. Wall scrambles. Again, these are things that we all know and love today. But we're just kind of in their infancy back then. And yeah, this is I think that drop off here this marks the first point in the game where you can return here again and again.
They must have come this
That
way.
first part, you'll never get back to that part again. It's all, that set piece is over. We're gonna need a little camcorder she's gonna review. We're gonna start getting some weaponry, our walkie-talkie, which we're gonna use. And she's basically gonna try to find her friends, and then there's gonna be some sort of criminal conspiracy stuff that happens.
Okay.
You know, that's what it is. But I'm gonna end it right here. Once again, I'd say performance stuff is performing really great on the Switch 2. And whoa, I want to do that. These sequences right here, sometimes they lose some frames, but overall this is a really great job with the dock. And now I'm gonna just give you my impressions of the handheld version of this. And yeah, the handheld version worked great. I was a little worried when I pulled it out if it would slow down a bit, but looks and feels exactly the same. So great port. Whew. All right. Well, that's it. That's a first look. Thanks for joining in. I'm so excited. I hope you are too. Get to play through this game again. But once again, I've been John Blanco with the Nintendo Dad's Review Squad, also the host of the PlayStation Daily Plus podcast, where I'll be talking about this game on there too. So stop by and listen in. But that's it for now. Take care, everybody.